What's up everyone, welcome to FilmSpot, and today we will be talking about the best upcoming movies. Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani have recently signed on to star in Thread, an Insidious tale, a new film set in the Insidious universe. This project is a collaboration between Screen Gems, Blumhouse, and James Wan's Atomic Monster. While it is the sixth installment in the Insidious horror franchise, it is considered an offshoot rather than a direct continuation of the current series. Thread explores the experiences of ordinary individuals who find themselves entangled with demonic entities. The story revolves around a husband and wife, portrayed by Kumail Nanjiani and Mandy Moore, who resort to a spell that allows them to travel back in time in an attempt to prevent the tragic death of their young daughter. However, as often happens in such tales, the consequences of their actions prove to be severe. Jeremy Slater, the creator of Moon Knight, is set to direct Thread, an Insidious tale, based on his own script. The previous 4 films in the Insidious franchise, which debuted in 2010, collectively earned over $542 million at the box office. Fans can also look forward to the release of the 5th chapter, Insidious: The Red Door, distributed by Sony on July 7th. Producer extraordinaire Amy Pascal just dropped a bombshell: a Miles Morales live-action movie is finally coming our way. According to Variety, Pascal is teasing us with hints of the fantastic future awaiting us. She boldly declared, "You'll see all of it, it's all happening." Can you believe it? The anticipation is climbing skyscraper high, but we'll have to be patient for more details. The current writer's strike from the WGA might put a temporary halt to the development process, but it is expected that normal service will resume soon. With Miles Morales soaring to new heights of popularity, it's only logical to bring his electrifying story to the live-action realm. Sony's Spider-Man universe is expanding faster than a radioactive spider bite, with thrilling spin-offs like Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web already on the horizon. Although Miles made his cinematic debut in the animated masterpiece Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in 2018, he's been teasing us in live action too. Remember Donald Glover's appearance as Aaron Davis, Miles Morales' uncle in Spider-Man Homecoming? That makes me think this was a long time in the making, and also makes me wonder, are we finally going to see Prowler make his MCU debut? It's official, folks. Spider-Man 4 is in the works, according to producer Amy Pascal. But hold your horses. Like the Miles Morales live action, this one is also currently suffering from the effects of the WGA strike, so it is difficult to be sure how the timeline ends up looking. Producer Amy Pascal shed some light on the future direction, stating that Spider-Man's decision at the end of No Way Home was momentous and unprecedented, representing a sacrifice. This decision provides ample material for the upcoming film. Pascal recently confirmed that Spider-Man 4 is indeed in progress, although the exact start date remains undisclosed. While an official cast list has not been released, Sony chairman Tom Rothman expressed his hope to include the entire ensemble from the previous movies in the next installment. Following in the footsteps of Disney's animated to live-action trend, DreamWorks is bringing their epic masterpiece, How to Train Your Dragon, to the big screen in a whole new dimension of excitement. Mark your calendars for March 14th, 2025, because that's when the How to Train Your Dragon live-action extravaganza is currently slated to hit theaters near you. This franchise has already taken us on 3 incredible adventures with the animated films and 3 captivating TV spin-offs. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the development process is already in full swing, and 2 major cast members have been confirmed. Mason Thames, known for his amazing performance in The Black Phone, will take on the role of the courageous Hiccup, while the talented Nico Parker from The Last of Us will bring the fierce Astrid to life. Now, we're still eagerly waiting to see if Jay Baruchel, the original voice of Hiccup, will soar back into the spotlight. Let's not forget the incredible ensemble that made the trilogy unforgettable, including Jonah Hill as Snotlout, Christopher Mintz-Plasse as Fishlegs, TJ Miller as Toughnut, Kristen Wiig as Roughnut, and Gerard Butler as the legendary Stoic. But here's the real dragon-sized news. Dean DeBlois, the brilliant mind behind the franchise, will be back to write and direct this live-action masterpiece. So you should, at least on paper, be expecting a well-made product. Everyone's been curious for a while now. Where will we see Arnold Schwarzenegger next? The Expendables 4 seems like the perfect fit, considering his integral role in the franchise. However, in a recent Parade interview, the Terminator himself shattered our hopes. "It's done, and I'm not in it," Schwarzenegger confessed. Back in 2010, while still serving as the governor, Schwarzenegger made an unforgettable, uncredited cameo in the first Expendables movie, alongside the returning cast members, including Stallone, Statham, Lundgren, and Couture. The posters for the upcoming installment have teased an incredible new lineup. Prepare to be blown away by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Megan Fox, Tony Jaa, Andy Garcia, Jacob Scipio, Levi Tran, and Iko Uwais. While we don't have an official release date just yet, The Expendables 4 is expected to hit theaters later this year. It remains to be seen how it will fare without Arnold. Finnish film sensation Sisu delivered a knockout punch this year, surprising moviegoers with its heart-pounding intensity. The blood-soaked battle set in World War II saw an unlikely hero named Atami go head-to-head against a German death squad. With more Nazis getting knocked down than a Quentin Tarantino flick, Sisu raised the bar for action-packed mayhem. And now the brilliant director Jalmari Helander is teasing us with the possibility of a sequel. In an interview with Games Radar Plus, he spilled the beans, saying, "I have an idea of what would happen next. Oh, the anticipation is killing us. What happens when Atami has all the gold in the world? Will it bring him happiness, or a whole new set of troubles? Perhaps someone will need his incredible skills once again." Sisu really rocked the indie scene, earning accolades at the Toronto International Film Festival and drawing comparisons to the iconic John Wick franchise. If it's getting that kind of critical acclaim, you know I'm going to keep a close eye on updates for this one. Due to the writer's strike and those pesky negotiation woes, The Batman Part 2 is now expected to begin its journey next year, with filming set to kick off in March 2024 in the vibrant streets of London. Reeves, the genius behind the camera, will also lend his writing prowess alongside Matts and Tomlin, both of whom have been fighting the good fight during the strike. But it's important to consider that despite the WGA strike, the release date of October 3rd, 2025 remains intact. So there's a good chance that there's still a bit of wiggle room for the studio and that things should still end up according to expectations. The Penguin, a spin-off series based on Colin Farrell's role in the Batman, has also stopped production since it began in March due to the strike action. Original plans called for the show's production to wrap up in August of this year, but how long the current strike will last remains to be seen. As for Farrell, he is also slated to return in The Batman Part 2. After his explosive return in Fast X, the man with muscles of steel, Dwayne Johnson, is ready to take the wheel once again. But hold on a second, because this won't be Hobbs and Shaw 2. In Fast 5, Johnson burst onto the scene as Luke Hobbs, the no-nonsense agent determined to bring back the legendary Dominic Toretto, played by the one and only Vin Diesel. Now, The Wrap has spilled the beans that Johnson is teaming up with Universal Pictures for a brand new Fast and Furious spin-off, where he'll be leading the pack. I don't have all the details just yet, but sources reveal that it'll serve as a bridge between Fast X and the upcoming Fast and Furious 11. And guess what? The script will be crafted by the talented Chris Morgan, the mastermind behind the franchise's high-octane stories. And not to mention, Hobbs and Shaw 2 could still be in the cards. Johnson and his producing partner, Hiram Garcia, have teased their ambitious plans for a sequel. With Morgan's involvement in Johnson's new spin-off, the possibilities most certainly exist. So far, we've got Morena Baccarin returning as the fierce Vanessa, and Stefan Kapishek as the mighty Colossus. But what do you mean, wait a minute, there are more returns happening? Well, we know that Karan Soni is revving up his taxi as the lovable Dopinder, and Leslie Uggams is bringing her sharp wit as the fabulous Blind Al. But things really picked up this week because of a rumor that's whipped up a frenzy in the Marvel fanbase. Twitter scooper Can We Get Some Toast spilled the beans, claiming that Halle Berry's Storm, Famke Janssen's Jean Grey, and James Marsden's Cyclops are suiting up alongside Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in Deadpool 3. Yeah, I'm not kidding. If this is true, Deadpool 3 could just end up being the biggest movie of 2024. Sure, take it with a pinch of salt, but after Patrick Stewart's mind-blowing return in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, anything is possible. And you know Kevin Feige loves a good dose of nostalgia. Just think of the impact a massive X-Men crossover in Deadpool 3 could have, a la Spider-Man No Way Home. Mark your calendars, folks, because Deadpool 3 is hitting theaters on November 8th, 2024. We all know and love Robert Downey Jr. as the legendary Iron Man, but did you know he almost donned the cape of another Marvel icon? In a super cool video from Marvel Entertainment celebrating 15 years of Iron Man, Kevin Feige and Jon Favreau spilled the beans. It turns out RDJ was in the running for the role of the formidable Doctor Doom in the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. Though he didn't snag that part, his audition left an impression on Feige, so when it was time to find our Tony Stark, Feige had Downey's headshots ready, and the rest, as they say, is blockbuster history. The adrenaline-pumping world of Extraction is gearing up for not just one, but two more thrilling adventures. Director Sam Hargrave, the mastermind behind the epic stunts and heart-pounding action, spilled the beans on the future of the franchise. With Extraction 2 on the horizon, Hargrave revealed that plans for Extraction 3 are already in the works. But there's a catch. It all depends on how much you love the second installment. In an interview with Bro Bible, Hargrave teased, if people enjoy the second one, there is a story in development for a third movie. I can't wait to see what hair-raising adventure awaits our fearless hero, Tyler Rake, portrayed brilliantly by the one and only Chris Hemsworth. Speaking of Hemsworth, he recently shared his plans to take a break from acting due to an increased risk of Alzheimer's. But fear not, Hargrave is more than willing to hit the pause button on production until the mighty Thor star is ready to jump back into the action. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.